Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast, and today we're going to be talking about chapter 12 of Wake the Dead. And this chapter was, wow, amazing. I did not hope some things to happen in this chapter. And to be honest, the way it ended, it leaves us with more questions than answers. And definitely, I think this book is the one of the few books where your choice actually matters, and everyone playing will have a different route in different ways. So we start off, we are with the Raiders and Sledge. We're headed to wherever they're taking us. We're inside the car. Boot is telling us that don't try anything smart, and so we are not sure what we're gonna do, but we need to really get the medicine, the cure from them. Otherwise we won't be able to save Ellie, and that's all in our mind now. So we talk with Slade, and we kind of get to sway her in terms of why she would not fight us. She should not fight us, and that the surge is coming, so we should make alliance that would be beneficial to both the colonies. But Slade and the Raiders say why they would take us in, and if they want to take us in, we need to prove our worth to them. So they take us somewhere, looks like it's their facility, and they say that we will need to fight someone, and that's how we will prove our worth to them and we'll be one of them. So before that, what was unexpected, we get a diamond scene where Sledge herself will give us some tips that how to fight. So those tips will be invaluable in this fight, and also at the end we will have an option of like two replies we will have. So one reply will have a heart sign with it. So that makes me think that Slade is going to be one of the love interests, if not the fling. Just like Marcus in, remember the guy who we fought for in Laws of Attractions or something like that, because we have four set of love interests. Or is she gonna betray us like Aaron? That's gonna be interesting. All right. Anyway, so we move on to the game, and we need to enter an arena, and before that you also see Knuckles and everyone, and nobody is really betting on us. It's hard to get a read on Sledge, like what she actually wants, whether she wants us to win, die, live. It's really hard to tell. But we go inside and we see the real monster, and this is, I think, the third new zombie. So we have the normal zombies and the one that calls and summons other zombies, and this one, what they call, is the soldier zombie, and it looked horrible. I mean, horrible in the sense like they did an amazing job with it, but like horrific, I should say, not horrible, but horrific and terrifying. So at first the main character doesn't even want to fight it and just hiding, but then they just push us to fight it, and then if I forgot to mention before, some choices made in the last chapter will help us. Like if you fought well, then that will impress the Raiders before. And also, if you took the diamond scene with Sledge, some tips will help you. But you will also get another short diamond scene where you will get to take an axe, and you'll also get to add it to your Westland armor set, if I remember it correctly, the collection. And if you take it, then you will be one step ahead of that monster, and you will beat it with ease, and you will get to strike the blow, and you can just strike its weak spot at Sledge taught us before, and we will strike its eye and we'll take it down, and we will just split into we're just gonna finish it off and split into pieces. So everybody will be just cheering, hollers will be everywhere, and nobody believed we will be doing this, but then they will come down and congratulate our main character, us. But what I found really funny in this chapter, that until now we thought like Knuckle is going to be just like lightweight, loose cannon character. But we see actually, he's now befriending us, and even he jokes about the punch. If you choose to punch him before, if you chose that, then he will joke about it. Like, I know how much power you have, like you punched me something. So I did not expect Knuckles to be like that kind of a character. I really like this. And then we get to know then how they got the names. So they call us Splitter. So the Raiders, we are part of them. We defeated the soldier zombie. Everybody need to do that. So now we will understand, like, oh, now understand that Knuckles, Boots, Sledge, they're not their original name, but that's the name they got depending on how they killed the soldier zombie. So that was pretty interesting, and we're Splitter, and Sledge is really impressed by us, and we get to learn, like, when Sledge joined the community and how they killed the old leader, and when Knuckles came in, when Boot came in. We also learned that Knuckle is the naive one and the new member, and that's why he's, such a hipster, if you might want to call it. But I really like Knuckles, like all the dialogues and the interactions with Knuckles. Now, as per the deal, we are now part of them, but also we have to go back to colony. We can't leave them there. So we have a conversation about that. And then we also get to ask for the medicine that we need to bring for Ellie. And then we can also go with the group to get the medicine and to get an extra something that will help us in the future, so we can do that. And we will also learn lots of stories, how they fight off against zombies and how they joined this group. Basically, we will get to know, Knuckles, Boots, and the Raiders gang in more depth, and we will get a medicine, aspirin, the one that for Ellie, and another one. I can't seem to remember the name at the moment, but that will be helpful in the next chapter, I guess. And then we'll return to our colony, and our friends will be congratulating us, and they'll be really happy to see us finally. And as again, we'll meet Dirk, and he is not happy at all, and he's just giving us vibes like he is unhappy, and he says that we have brought the murderers and who will be attacking us in the home of our colony, which I named as Survivor's Lodge. But as always, we can talk Dirk out of it. And as Angel or Troy, one of them said that, Dirk is just a little bit angry because he was basically giving out the orders here when we were not here. So I don't know if he thought like our main character will be long dead or something and he will be the new leader. But anyway, he's just like a little, child who's always just arguing, fighting for something. But, we still have to cope with him anyhow. And then we get to Ellie, but before that, Sledge will tell us that we need to be very careful because we need to push this injection. I think this cure or this medicine, whatever you're gonna call it, this injection, we need to push it within 1 day or something. So there's a time limit, and if we fail to do this, then anything can happen. But this is not that guarantees he won't turn into a zombie. So there are still some odds, 50-50 odds maybe, so we have to be very careful. So our main character doesn't want to take anyone with him or her because it can jeopardize others' lives too. So we go alone, but Stage will give us a gun that we will be using if things turn south. And we do hope that Ellie, he does survive and it does work on him, and he doesn't turn into zombie. So we go inside. Ellie is in a poor shape. We push it through his thighs, I think, if I remember. And then we see the changes. To be honest, it was horrifying. We try to break through the barriers and reach to Ellie, but we see the hands coming up, his claws and teeth, and he's just making sound and acting like those zombies. Like he's his exterior, his like there's no change in that, no rotten flesh because it's too early, but still there is no sign of Ellie inside. Like it's his body, but there is a barrier. There's a barrier between his mind and his outside, so he can't. We try to reach that. We are his friend and we're here to help, but nothing seems to work. And then finally we have a hard choice whether you want to shoot Ellie or you want to talk with him. So I didn't know like what they meant by shooting. Like we can just to disarm him and to just not get beaten by him, or so that he doesn't harm us. We can just shoot in his legs or arms and just sort of what I mean, like sort of pretend him from doing anything bad. Or I didn't know like whether by shooting it means like just shoot him to death. So I didn't choose that because I didn't want to harm Ellie. He's one of our best friends, a love interest also, depending on what you choose. So I chose to talk with him, and in the hope that he will, like, we have a bonding and understanding with Ellie, and that would help. But unfortunately, that doesn't work, and we are strangled to the ground by Ellie, and Ellie strangles us to the ground, and he's on top of us aggressively. And this didn't turn out well for our main character, and that's where it ends. So this chapter was really intense, but it's specifically how it ended, it was even more intense. So what happens, for to recap the chapter, as they say, that we get to go in the raiders, we defeat the soldier zombie, but before we take a lesson from Sledge, and we can improve our relationship, and we get the name Splitter after defeating the zombie with ease, and then we get an extra medicine in this diamond scene. We can improve some points, we can increase, like depending on if you took some diamond scenes or some, you can improve your facility also, and you can add some extra points. Our ranking has changed from newbie to hunter a long time ago, and we're still a hunter, and the days remaining for solstice are reducing with the time, so we don't have much time left now either. So, and we have a problem in hand. We have pushed the injection, we have pushed the cure, but Ellie doesn't seem to respond, and he is someone else. And I did not choose to, use the gun against Ellie. So, we are in a bad position, and we are almost got injured. And if not injured, like, we are in a bad position when Ellie attacked us, while we tried to connect with him, while we tried to talk through him. And so, what will happen in the next chapter? That would be interesting. We have gathered all the allies. We have people. We have everything here. The fight will begin, but we have a condition we have a situation with Ellie. How will that turn out? All the questions will be answered in the next chapter. But till then, I would love to hear what were your choices in this book. And did you choose to shoot Ellie? Did you choose to not shoot Ellie? Like, what did you choose? How your storyline was impacted by those choices? Or if any other different choices you made that affected the story differently? Any new hints, clues you found? Any old choices that you had different than mine had an impact on your story? Like, what went through? Let me know. This is an amazing book, and to be honest, Wake the Dead, specifically for non-VIP players, it's carrying the month of March on its own, hands down. Amazing book. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace out.